Ever look at your photos and feel like something's missing? Like they don't quite capture what you saw? Well, the secret isn't some crazy expensive camera. It's about taking control. In the next few minutes, we're going to show you exactly how to get off that auto mode and start making photos that really have an impact. Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's a photo the camera takes on auto. You know, it's fine, it's a picture. But on the right, that's a photo that you make. It's got depth, it's got a mood, a clear focus, it tells a story, and that's the jump we're about to make. So what's the big deal with auto mode anyway? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Your camera is smart, but it can't read your mind. It has no clue what you find interesting in the scene, so it just guesses. It plays it safe, picks all these middle-of-the-road settings that are almost never what you actually want. Think about it like this. Are you trying to shoot a portrait where you want that person to pop with a nice blurry background? Or are you shooting a massive landscape where you want every single detail to be tack sharp? In auto mode, your camera doesn't know, so it kind of splits the difference, and you end up with a photo that's not great for either. Okay, but here's the really good news. Getting off auto for good really just boils down to understanding just two key controls. This is your new creative toolkit, and we're going to start with how you can finally master blur and motion in your shots. First up is something called aperture. Now, don't let the technical name scare you. At the end of the day, it's just a hole in your lens that can get bigger or smaller. That's it. But the size of that simple little hole has this absolutely massive effect on the look and feel of your photo. It's kind of like magic. The way you control this hole is with something called an F number. Now, fair warning, it's a little backward, so you just got to remember this one thing. A big F number, like F16, actually means you're using a tiny little hole, and a small F number, like F1.8, means you've opened that hole way up. You're telling the camera exactly how wide to open the door for light. And here is where the fun begins. That tiny little opening, the big F number, is what keeps everything in your photo super sharp from front to back. It's absolutely perfect for those big, epic landscape shots. But a wide open hole, that small F number, that's how you get that gorgeous, creamy, blurry background that makes the person in your portrait just pop right off the screen. That's the pro look. All right, our second secret weapon is shutter speed. And if aperture was about space, the size of the hole, then shutter speed is all about time. It's literally how long the camera's sensor looks at the world. And this one setting is your key to controlling anything that moves. Just think of it like blinking. A fast shutter speed is like a super quick blink. It's over in a fraction of a second. A slow shutter speed is like holding your eyes open for a few seconds, just letting all that light soak in. And that choice completely changes how movement looks in your photo. Let's make this super clear. Imagine you're taking a photo of a drummer. If you use a fast shutter speed, you can freeze the drumstick in midair, a crystal clear, frozen moment in time. But if you slow that shutter speed down, you get this amazing blur, this streak of energy that shows the power and the motion. See? One setting, two completely different stories. Okay, so theory is great, but let's get our hands dirty. It's time to actually put this into practice. We're going to build your first pro setup, and it all starts with something really simple: how you actually hold the camera. Now, I know this seems super basic, but trust me, this is critical if you want sharp photos. Your right hand goes on the grip, that's a no-brainer, but your left hand needs to be under the lens, cradling it, supporting its weight. Then, and this is the key, tuck your elbows in tight against your body. You basically become a human tripod. It makes a huge difference in cutting down camera shape. Next up, the shutter button. You can't just jab at it like a doorbell. It's a two-stage button. You press it halfway down and you'll probably hear a little beep. That means you've locked your focus. Then, once you're ready, don't punch it. Just gently squeeze it the rest of the way. Nice and smooth. No sudden movements. All right, you're holding the camera like you know what you're doing. Now let's get into the settings that are going to give you that immediate creative control. Here's your cheat sheet. First thing, find that big dial on top and turn it to P for program mode. Think of P as Auto Plus. The camera helps with exposure, but you can still override the creative stuff. Next, go into your menu and crank the image quality to the absolute highest setting. RAW if you've got it. Then, set your focus mode to one shot or AFS. That means it focuses once and then waits for you. And finally, this one is huge, set your focus point to use only the very center point. This means you tell the camera exactly what to focus on, not the other way around. You know, all these little settings and techniques, they all lead to this one big shift in how you think. You're not just a button pusher anymore. You're not just taking pictures. From this point on, you are making them. You're doing it on purpose. You've got the tools now. You have aperture to control the blur, you have shutter speed to control the motion. You are no longer at the mercy of your camera's best guess. You are the director. You're in command now. And all of this really brings us back to one of the fundamental truths of photography. The best pictures, the ones that really stick with you, they aren't accidents. They're made with intention. They're made, not just taken. You now have the power to decide. Is the background going to be a dreamy blur, or is it going to be sharp as a tack? Is that motion going to be frozen solid, or is it going to flow like water? Your vision can now become a reality. So the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?